Welcome everyone to Minecraft Snapshot 21w06a. Yes, that's right, a brand new snapshot has been released, and at the time that I started recording this, we're about 30 minutes after the article was truly released, so some people might have been playing this, and honestly, I've been kind of diving into what is actually below and beneath my feet. And honestly, I am very, very excited for the Caves and Cliffs update to come in 1.17 sometime later this year. I am so ecstatic about this. This is actually making me very excited. There's a lot of changes, so I really want to be able to dive into some of those things with you guys in today's episode. So hopefully you guys do enjoy. If you guys do enjoy, make sure that you guys go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe down below. It would help me out a lot and is greatly appreciated. Also, if you guys are really enjoying these, make sure that you guys go ahead and share these videos with everyone that you know and everywhere that you possibly can. We can destroy that YouTube algorithm. And honestly, we can get more people watching these videos, and that would be absolutely amazing. And if you guys love Minecraft, I like producing Minecraft videos, and that's the direction that I'd really like to be able to take my channel. So if you guys really want to be able to support me, make sure that you guys go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe down below. Anyway, let's go ahead and move on. Now, before we actually dive into the actual article of it, and then we're going to take a look at what is below me, I actually do want to say I apologize. I keep trying to click on my C button for Optifine to zoom in, and I can't. And honestly, I spawned over, it was either on that little tiny area or that little tiny area over there. And I just kind of like was floating around trying to find the best little areas that I could show off here in a little bit. And yeah, so I keep trying to push it and it's not working. So get to deal with me just floating here and swinging my arm. That's about what you guys get to deal with. So anyway, let's go ahead and jump on over to the article, and then let's take a look at some of the things down below. Well, welcome everybody to the news article here that was published this morning, or I guess early afternoon, I guess, technically, where I'm at. So today's snapshot introduces a major change on how caves are generated within Minecraft. You could say that they are now introducing the cave portion of the Caves and Cliffs update. This is the first step to the underground adventure, so please note that the snapshot features below it is an early development, and there are two notable caveats that within the snapshot that we do have to make sure that we address, and I had to make sure that I read this a couple times just to kind of, make sure, whatever. But because the first time I loaded in, the first one kind of caught me off guard. You are unable to load old worlds. Now, I don't remember ever seeing this in a snapshot before. I could be completely wrong, and if I am, please be kind and leave a nice comment down below. But you'll be unable to open the worlds in the snapshot as there currently is no upgrade path towards the new world height because there is a new height limit, which is pretty crazy. And there's actually a new depth limit. Now, I don't know if this is actually going to be changing later. There's a couple other notes that they've made later in the article kind of talking about it, but let's kind of move on from here real quick. So we have all the cave types are between Y31 and Y63 will be flooded with water. So basically between almost where sea level's at and then down below a little bit. So, which is kind of interesting. So anything that's going to be a part of the new caves, which they identify as the cheese and spaghetti's caves, will actually be underwater. And that definitely is true. I can confirm that. So they added noise cave and aquifers. So noise caves have a new way of generating caves, providing more natural variety. They can be really huge, and they are really big. They're awesome, and it's gonna be. I really like them, but I think for mob proofing, it's gonna be a nightmare. I really feel like it's gonna be an insane nightmare to make sure that you guys spawn proof these huge caves because you have areas that are like way up high that can easily spawn, a couple mobs, and you're going, I got to get up there to make sure that nothing spawns right there now. Great, it's not going to be fun when it comes to that portion of it. So again, two new flavors like we kind of just talked about. We have the cheese. So we have the cheese caves and the spaghetti caves. So we have like the holes of Swiss cheese. They often form caverns in various sizes. And then we have long squiggly tunnels, which I haven't really seen the spaghetti caves yet. So we might have to go see what we can do to find them. But I've seen the huge caves because they put them together and it looks great. I love this. I love this first one right here. No, they aren't loud. The noise caves are part of... Noise caves is a technical term. It has nothing to do with sound. I love I love how they actually had to put that little bit in there. It's funny to me. So the old cave carvers and canyons still generate, combining with the noise cave to form some very interesting cave systems. As the carvers, when Nor's caves are intersect at the surface, they form cave entrances, which obviously I spawned above water, so I haven't really found any of the cave entrances yet, and I was kind of looking for them, and because there really isn't a ton of land very nearby where I was spawned in at, I didn't really get to see any of these naturally generated cave entrances, so that's something that I do want to find at some point or another. An aquifer is an area with local water level independent of sea level. Aquifers are used during world generation to generate bodies of water inside of the noise caves. This sometimes results in large underground lakes. Very true. For now, aquifers are only being used between below Y31. This means that all noise caves generated between Y31 and Y63, which we talked about before, will be flooded with water, and then the noise cave entrances will essentially be lakes that will also be filled with water, but this will be fixed later. So you can see right here, this is something that's going to be fixed later. They're going to take care of it. I'm guessing that there is something with the code that they just needed to adjust, and there's something that they want to do within that level that they wanted to make sure that it was underground for some reason. I feel like there's a major reason for it, but I just don't know what that is. And then we have magma sometimes generates at the bottom of the underground bodies of water, which is awesome. It actually looks really cool when you can find some. And then we have underwater cavers or carvers, and underwater canyons will have been removed since aquifers are used to generate water in caves instead. So we got a couple changes to the snapshot. So overworld build and generation limits have been expanded. Mine shafts adapted to larger caves, which I did find one, and it looks really cool. You can no longer crouch or jump to prevent a big drip leaf from tilting. A big drip leaf will now tilt rather than break when hit with a projectile. Then we have a redstone powered big drip leaf will not tilt except when hit by a projectile. And then the textures for hanging roots and small drip leaves have been updated. Then the world generation, this is what I thought was really interesting. So they've expanded the height limit above by 64, which now you can go above 300. And then you can go down below, and you can actually go to Y negative 64, which I think is kind of weird. I think they should still keep it at 0, and maybe that's something that they'll actually change as the snapshots get closer to release. And I think that they should keep it at 0. Now, there's a couple of questions that make me go, and maybe that's something that I'll address inside of a separate video, but specifically talking about ores. Where are they going to generate specifically in those in the snapshots, because that could change how we even think and how we know of where we can find ores as of now. Just kind of throwing that out there. So, and then, but it's a total, instead of that 256, we can actually now have 384 blocks, which is awesome. So we have new depth and new height, which is cool. And then we have mine shaft changes. Mine shaft pieces don't generate if they would be floating in water or floating in air. And then mine shaft corridors are supported with log pillars when needed, and then no floating cobwebs as well. So that's kind of cool. I think that some of these actually needed to be implemented anyway. And the log pillars, which I have seen in some of the caves, actually make it look very, very, very good, in my honest opinion. So anyway, let's go ahead and jump back into Minecraft and take a look at some of the new generations. Welcome back to Minecraft, everybody, and let's take a look at what this actually looks like. So the first thing that I wanted to point out is the glow lichens. Now, these are, in my opinion, are absolutely fantastic, and I know that these were introduced before, but I just love the way that the natural glow just illuminates the area, and sometimes they just blend in with the environment so well. And this one's attached to diorite right there, which is absolutely fantastic. I absolutely love this. Anyway, and you can kind of see when we actually go underground here how good the lighting actually looks with the glow lichens. And I just, oh my gosh, I can't say enough of this. I love it. It looks so good. Now, the one thing, obviously, for me is that I noticed that this is at light level 7. So just keep in mind that when you get really close to this is light level 7. So mobs can still technically spawn on there, and then it gets, more away from there. But I can't wait to see what this actually looks like with shaders at some point or another, or even in RTX. That will be absolutely fantastic. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and apply myself a night vision so we can actually kind of see everything that is going on. And you can see right in front of us here, we do have one of the mine shafts that we're talking about where logs have been added. Now, this is the only area within this entire mine shaft that I noticed that logs were naturally generated. However, it did say that some of the mine shafts were supposed to be larger than the other ones, so just so you guys know. But I didn't really notice anything different with this one, especially when I was like just flying around inside of the walls here. There, to me, there is no difference within this specific one. So there probably are some that are out there that are a little bit bigger and maybe a little bit easier to kind of like see things, but yeah, just I wanted you guys to kind of see that a little bit. I don't know why this effect actually isn't staying for very long. So anyway, this is one of the underwater cave like systems that's actually filled with water. So this has created the natural lake, which I love it. I don't let's see what level is this. So this is actually below the Y31. So this is everything is natural technically right here and below. And then we have, the waterfalls that are actually going over the edge right here, which I think looks absolutely fantastic. So, and then it goes down into this huge cave. I love the way that these, the pillars look. It just looks so good in my honest opinion. You can see the copper and the different ores that we have available to us. It is looking so good in my opinion. Anyway, let's go ahead and move on a little bit further. The other thing that we should probably quickly take a look at here is you can see that we're going all the way down to negative 57, and then I mean the bedrock is at negative 64, which is pretty crazy to think about it. I think eventually they will move it up. Just I feel like they should keep it at that 0, like I was mentioning a little bit earlier. But that is a thing, and obviously we do have a new build height, which is 64 above the 256, which will make it really nice to be able to build much larger projects if people desire. Talk about mega bases coming soon to Minecraft. I mean, there is going to be absolutely huge, and I mean huge pretty soon, which honestly that will be really cool. So look at this. I mean, this is inside of the cave. It's a filled with life, and we got the fish, and I'm sure that the new mobs will be in here as well. I just, oh my gosh, I just can't wait to get my hands on this. It's going to be absolutely fantastic. And then we've got, some of the glow right there. This is a little bit different variant of it, and oh my gosh, this is I just want to play. That's all I want to do. I just want to start playing. I can't wait till all the different lush stuff starts getting integrated into the cave systems, and we can start seeing like the development a little bit further. But let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Are you guys super excited for this? I just want to go exploring. I just want to see what kind of caves this thing has actually created. What is that over there? Is that lava or is that dirt? It's dirt. Okay. And I'm just getting distracted here. And just the way that this is actually naturally generating, it looks so good where you could actually just change a few things. Like if you want to make this a nice like base area, you could easily terraform this with no problem. Just take out maybe some of the diorite, some of the granite, some of the dirt, some of the ores, and then just start placing in some of the other things to make it look a lot more natural. But just the way that this is already shaped, it already looks really good on its own. I could see so many possibilities with this, and honestly, I can't wait to see what some of those builders do with some of these areas. I just can't wait to see what people do. But anyway, like I said before, make sure that you guys go ahead and leave a comment down below. I would really appreciate that. Make sure that you guys go ahead and like and share these videos everywhere that you possibly can. It does help me out, and honestly, it really supports the channel, and I would definitely appreciate it. But until next time, YouTube, you guys keep doing what you're doing because you're already doing it, and you guys stay gaming.